The 1930s were a challenging time for the American auto industry. The Great Depression forced manufacturers to cut costs, simplify production, and focus on affordability. While some cars of the era were marvels of engineering and design, others missed the mark entirely. With awkward styling, poor performance, and impractical features, these cars stand out as some of the most laughable missteps in automotive history.
Dear viewer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your support.
Number 12. The Durant Motor Company, founded by William C. Durant, a co-founder of General Motors, aimed to establish itself as a competitor in the crowded automotive market of the late 1920s and early 1930s. The Durant Model 614 sedan was introduced as a mid-price car to appeal to buyers looking for a balance between affordability and quality. Unfortunately, the Model 614 failed to make a lasting impression, and Durant's struggles as a company were reflected in the vehicle's shortcomings. By 1930, automotive design was transitioning toward more streamlined and modern appearances. Yet the Durant Model 614 clung to boxy, outdated aesthetics. Its conservative design lacked the flair or elegance seen in competitors like the Ford Model A or Chevrolet's offerings, making it look unremarkable on the road. The overall appearance felt more like a holdover from the mid-1920s, failing to keep pace with the industry's stylistic evolution. The Model 614 was powered by a six-cylinder engine, but it lacked the refinement and performance of engines offered by competing brands. The engine was prone to overheating and delivered modest power, which wasn't enough to set it apart in a competitive market. With sluggish performance and mediocre fuel efficiency, it fell short of meeting the needs of buyers looking for dependable and capable transportation. The Durant Motor Company was already facing significant financial difficulties when the Model 614 was introduced, limiting the resources available for innovation or marketing. Without the backing to improve or heavily promote the vehicle, the Model 614 struggled to gain traction in the market. The company's instability also raised concerns among potential buyers about future support, including parts availability and service. The Model 614 didn't offer anything to distinguish itself from its competitors. Rivals like Ford and Chevrolet had already established strong brand loyalty and offered better features at similar price points, leaving little room for Durant to carve out a niche. Its lack of innovation in design, technology, or performance left it feeling like an afterthought rather than a serious contender. The onset of the Great Depression in 1929 drastically reduced consumer spending, particularly in the mid-price car segment where the Durant Model 614 was positioned. Buyers gravitated toward more established brands that they trusted to provide long-term reliability and value, leaving smaller companies like Durant at a severe disadvantage. With fewer buyers in the market and stiff competition, the Model 614 was doomed to fail. Durant aimed to position the Model 614 as a bridge between the budget and luxury segments, offering features like a well-appointed interior with comfortable seating and wood trim. While it couldn't compete with true luxury cars, it did offer a level of refinement that appealed to buyers seeking an upgrade from basic transportation. The Model 614 was solidly built, which gave it a degree of durability that some buyers appreciated. Despite the company's struggles, the car was generally considered reliable in its day, provided it was well maintained. The sedan body style provided ample space for passengers, making it a practical choice for families. It featured a comfortable ride for its class, which was a selling point for buyers seeking an affordable yet comfortable vehicle. The Durant Model 614 sedan is a classic example of how economic pressures and market competition can doom even a well-intentioned vehicle. The car itself was not inherently bad, but it failed to stand out in a rapidly changing industry. Its uninspired design, outdated technology, and the financial instability of the Durant Motor Company made it an easy target for better established competitors. The failure of the Model 614 and other Durant vehicles contributed to the company's eventual closure in 1932, marking the end of William C. Durant's final attempt to challenge the automotive giants. Today, the Durant Model 614 is remembered more as a historical curiosity than a significant player in automotive history. The 1930 Durant Model 614 sedan serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of innovation and adaptability in a competitive market. While it had some redeeming qualities, Its lack of distinctiveness and the challenges facing its parent company left it unable to survive the harsh realities of the Great Depression. For collectors and automotive enthusiasts, the Model 614 represents a fleeting moment in the history of an ambitious but ultimately unsuccessful brand. Number 11. The Marmon 16 town car, introduced in 1931, was intended to showcase the pinnacle of luxury and engineering for the Marmon Motor Company. Built around the highly innovative and powerful V16 engine, the 16 was designed to rival other high-end vehicles of the era, such as the Cadillac 516 and Duesenberg Model J. However, despite its technical achievements, the car's over-the-top design and poor timing in the midst of the Great Depression sealed its fate as an extravagant failure. The Marmon 16 town car's styling was considered ostentatious, with excessive proportions and a design that many viewed as garish rather than refined. Its long hood, massive grille, and exaggerated fenders gave it an imposing presence, but the overall aesthetic lacked the balance and elegance of competitors like Duesenberg. The car's proportions, combined with the town car's chauffeur-driven body style, made it feel less like a cohesive design and more like a showpiece of excess. The car's massive size and weight, necessary to house the V16 engine and luxurious appointments, made it cumbersome to drive and less practical for everyday use. While it was intended for the ultra-wealthy, its unwieldy dimensions limited its appeal even in that exclusive market. The 1931 Marmon 16 debuted during the Great Depression, a time when even the wealthiest buyers were cutting back on extravagant purchases. While Marmon aimed to attract affluent customers, the shrinking market for ultra-luxury cars meant fewer potential buyers for such an opulent vehicle. With a starting price of $5,000 or more, equivalent to over $100,000 today, the 16 was out of reach for almost everyone. Marmon faced stiff competition from Cadillac, which had already established its V16 engine and luxury offerings. Cadillac's vehicles were considered better executed in terms of design and marketing, leaving Marmon struggling to gain traction. Brands like Duesenberg and Packard also offered high-end vehicles that were more desirable to wealthy buyers, leaving Marmon in a precarious position. The development and production costs of the Marmon 16 further strained an already struggling company. Marmon's inability to generate consistent sales across its lineup, coupled with the economic conditions of the time, led to its bankruptcy in 1933. The Marmon 16 featured a highly advanced aluminum V16 engine, producing 200 horsepower, a remarkable figure for the time. Designed by Howard Marmon, the engine was lightweight for its size and featured impressive smoothness and refinement, making it a technical masterpiece. The engine's performance and innovation made the 16 one of the most powerful and advanced luxury cars of its era. The town car body style catered to wealthy clientele who desired chauffeur-driven luxury with a spacious and opulent passenger compartment. The interior was crafted with high-quality materials, including fine wood, leather, and plush upholstery, ensuring a premium experience for its occupants. The Marmon 16 was praised for its advanced engineering, including its aluminum construction and smooth ride quality. Its V16 engine represented a significant technological leap, and its overall build quality was exceptional. The Marmon 16 town car is remembered as both an engineering marvel and an example of how excess and poor timing can lead to failure. While its V16 engine remains a standout achievement in automotive history, the car's over-the-top design and high price limited its appeal during one of the most economically challenging periods in history. For Marmon, the 16 was both a highlight and a swan song, as the company ceased operations just a few years later. Today, the Marmon 16 is a prized collector's item, valued for its rarity and the craftsmanship of its engine. However, its legacy also serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of prioritizing excess over practicality and market awareness. The 1931 Marmon 16 town car was a bold attempt to compete at the top of the luxury car market, but its over-the-top design and poor timing ultimately sealed its fate. While its V16 engine remains a standout achievement, the car itself is more often remembered as a symbol of excess in an era that could least afford it. Number 10. The Devaux 6/75 sedan was an ambitious effort by Norman Devaux and former Buick engineer Colonel Elbert J. Hall to create an affordable yet stylish car during the early years of the Great Depression. Marketed as a blend of performance, style, and affordability, the Devaux 675 initially garnered some attention. However, its odd styling, lackluster performance, and timing in one of the worst economic periods in history led to the company's swift demise. The 675 sedan's design was polarizing. Its narrow, upright grille, flanked by small, uninspired headlights, gave it a quirky face that lacked the refinement of competitors. The car's proportions were awkward, with a stance that appeared too tall and narrow, creating an unbalanced visual profile. While the designers attempted to add flair with decorative chrome and a swept-back windshield, these elements felt tacked on rather than cohesive. The Devaux 675 was powered by a 70-horsepower, 203 cubic inch inline-six engine, developed by Elbert Hall. Despite claims of strong performance, the engine struggled to deliver competitive acceleration and top speed. Buyers who expected a balance of power and efficiency were disappointed by the car's sluggishness, especially when compared to offerings from Ford, Chevrolet, and Plymouth. The engine's reliability was also questionable, further diminishing the car's appeal in a market that demanded durability. Launching a new car brand in 1931, amid the Great Depression, was an enormous challenge. With millions of Americans out of work and automotive sales plummeting, Devaux faced an uphill battle to find buyers. The company aimed to position itself as an affordable alternative to luxury brands, but the economic conditions left little room for new entrants in the mid-price market. Devaux lacked the extensive dealer network and brand loyalty enjoyed by established automakers like Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge. The company's marketing efforts failed to convince skeptical buyers to take a chance on an unproven brand during tough economic times. With limited resources, Devaux couldn't compete in advertising or distribution, further hindering its ability to gain traction. Despite some initial interest, sales of the Devaux 675 were disappointing, and the company quickly ran out of cash. By the end of 1932, Devaux was forced to file for bankruptcy. The assets were acquired by Continental Motors, which briefly produced cars under the Continental Devaux name before abandoning the effort altogether. The Devaux 675 was designed with the intent of offering a well-rounded car that combined style, performance, and affordability, a noble goal for the era. The Hall-designed engine, while flawed, showcased engineering ambition, aiming to balance power and economy. Positioned in the mid-price range, the Devaux 675 appealed to buyers who wanted more than a basic Ford Model A or Chevrolet, but couldn't afford luxury models. Though awkwardly executed, the Devaux's design featured elements that attempted to be modern for the time, such as the swept-back windshield and chrome accents. The company clearly tried to make a distinctive car, even if the result missed the mark. The Devaux 6/75 sedan is remembered as an ambitious but ill-fated attempt to carve out a niche in a brutal economic climate. Its quirky design, lackluster performance, and unfortunate timing combined to make it a commercial failure, and the brand quickly disappeared. However, the car holds a place in automotive history as a reminder of the challenges faced by independent automakers during the Great Depression. Collectors today value surviving Devaux models for their rarity and as symbols of the era's bold, if impractical, entrepreneurial spirit. The 1932 Devaux 675 sedan was a car that aimed high but ultimately fell short. Its odd design, uninspiring performance, and lack of market appeal doomed it to failure in a highly competitive and economically challenging era. While it's an interesting footnote in automotive history, the Devaux serves as a cautionary tale of how innovation and ambition must be matched by market awareness and timing. Number 9. The 1933 Reo Flying Cloud was a product of Reo Motorcar Company, founded by Ransom E. Olds of Oldsmobile fame. Known for its engineering innovations and early success, the Flying Cloud nameplate originally signified modernity and speed when it debuted in 1927. By 1933, however, the Flying Cloud struggled to live up to its lofty name due to outdated design, sluggish performance, and fierce competition in a struggling market. The 1933 Flying Cloud styling was far from the streamlined designs that its name implied. Instead of sleek and aerodynamic lines, the car featured a tall, boxy profile with bulbous fenders that made it look outdated compared to competitors like Chrysler and Ford. The car's upright grille and awkward proportions gave it a bloated appearance that lacked the grace and elegance of contemporary luxury sedans. While minor updates to the headlights and trim were made to modernize the car, these changes felt superficial and didn't address the fundamental design issues. The Flying Cloud was powered by a flathead inline 6 or optional inline 8 engine, producing modest horsepower. Despite the Flying Cloud name suggesting speed and agility, the car's performance was mediocre at best. The car's heavy weight, coupled with its underpowered engine, resulted in sluggish acceleration and uninspiring top speeds. Its lack of performance put it at a disadvantage in an era when automakers like Ford and Chevrolet were offering more powerful and efficient vehicles at lower prices. By 1933, Reo had failed to innovate significantly in terms of engineering. The Flying Cloud's mechanical features, such as its suspension and braking systems, were adequate but unremarkable compared to advancements being made by competitors. Reo's insistence on using conservative designs and technology left the Flying Cloud feeling like a car from the late 1920s, outclassed by more modern offerings. Reo was caught in a precarious position during the Great Depression. Once a leader in innovation, the company struggled to compete with mass-market brands like Ford and Chevrolet on price while also failing to match the luxury and prestige of Cadillac and Packard. The Flying Cloud was marketed as a mid-tier vehicle, but it lacked the distinctiveness needed to carve out a niche in a crowded and economically strained market. The Great Depression continued to devastate the automotive industry in 1933, and Reo was particularly hard hit. With dwindling resources and declining sales, the company couldn't afford to invest in bold new designs or aggressive marketing campaigns. Buyers gravitated toward established brands with better reputations for value and reliability, leaving Reo struggling to attract attention. Despite its design and performance shortcomings, the Flying Cloud was known for its robust construction. The car's solid build quality made it a reliable option for those who could afford it. The Flying Cloud featured a spacious and comfortable interior, with plush upholstery and well-appointed details that catered to buyers seeking a touch of luxury. While the design was outdated, the car's focus on passenger comfort was a notable strength. Reo vehicles had a reputation for durability, and the Flying Cloud was no exception. Many of these cars remained on the road long after their initial purchase, a testament to their sturdy engineering. The 1933 Flying Cloud marked the beginning of the end for Reo as a major player in the automotive market. The company's inability to keep up with design and engineering trends, coupled with the economic pressures of the Great Depression, led to a steep decline in sales. By the late 1930s, Reo had shifted its focus away from passenger cars to commercial vehicles and trucks. Today, the 1933 Flying Cloud is remembered as an example of a car that failed to adapt to changing times. While it had some redeeming qualities, its bloated design, lackluster performance, and outdated engineering made it a poor competitor in a market that demanded innovation and efficiency. The 1933 Reo Flying Cloud serves as a cautionary tale of how even a once prominent brand can falter when it fails to evolve with the times. With its uninspired styling, mediocre performance, and an identity crisis in the marketplace, the Flying Cloud was outpaced by more modern and affordable competitors. Although it remains an interesting piece of automotive history, the Flying Cloud ultimately symbolizes missed opportunities and the challenges of surviving in a rapidly changing industry. Number 8. The 1934 Chevrolet Standard 6 was a product of General Motors, known for its long-standing reputation for innovation and quality in the automotive industry. Introduced during the Great Depression, this model aimed to appeal to budget-conscious consumers seeking reliable transportation. However, the Standard 6 struggled to stand out in a competitive market due to its outdated design and lackluster performance. The Standard 6's design was characterized by its boxy silhouette and angular lines, which failed to capture the dynamism and elegance that competitors like Ford and Plymouth were beginning to offer. With minimal effort to modernize its appearance, The car looked more like a carryover from the late 1920s rather than a new model poised for the 1930s. The lack of stylistic flair or innovation made the Standard Six blend into the background, overshadowed by more visually appealing rivals. Despite the marketing claim of modern engineering, the Standard Six's mechanical components were largely derived from previous models, lacking any significant advancements or innovations. The car was powered by a flathead inline-six engine, which, while reliable, offered only modest performance that did not excite consumers seeking a blend of power and efficiency. The outdated engineering choices left the Standard Six feeling sluggish compared to rivals equipped with more advanced technologies and better performance metrics. During the 1930s, the automotive market was rapidly evolving, with competitors like Ford introducing sleek, streamlined designs and more powerful engines. The Chevrolet Standard Six's boxy form and conservative engineering felt antiquated in contrast. As buyers sought cars that reflected the modern age, the Standard Six was outclassed by competitors that offered more appealing designs and dynamic driving experiences. Chevrolet did not prioritize offering a wide range of features or customization options with the Standard Six, leaving it feeling basic and unexciting. While other manufacturers were introducing more advanced features such as hydraulic brakes or improved suspension systems, the Standard Six lagged behind with its straightforward approach, further diminishing its appeal to potential buyers. The ongoing effects of the Great Depression made consumers cautious with their spending, forcing them to carefully evaluate their options when purchasing a new vehicle. As a result, the Standard Six's lack of standout features, combined with its uninspired design and performance, made it a less attractive choice for budget-conscious buyers who were increasingly looking for value in their purchases. One of the primary selling points of the Standard Six was its affordability. Priced competitively, it catered to buyers looking for a reliable car without breaking the bank. The car's focus on delivering practical transportation at a low cost resonated with consumers during a time of economic uncertainty. The Standard Six was built on a solid platform that offered dependable performance for daily use. Many owners appreciated its durability and low maintenance requirements, which helped it maintain a loyal customer base. While it lacked excitement, the car was a trusted choice for those seeking a straightforward and reliable vehicle. The Standard Six's simple design and engineering made it easy to maintain and repair, appealing to buyers who valued practicality and ease of ownership. In an era of economic hardship, many customers were looking for straightforward solutions rather than extravagant features or complexities. The 1934 Chevrolet Standard Six ultimately represents a transitional moment in the automotive industry. Although it was built to appeal to a specific segment of the market, the car failed to keep pace with rapidly changing consumer preferences and industry standards. While it provided affordable and reliable transportation, its uninspired design and lack of modern engineering left it overshadowed by more innovative competitors. As the 1930s progressed, Chevrolet would eventually adapt and refine its designs to meet evolving tastes, leading to the more iconic models that would define the brand in the following decades. The Standard Six serves as a reminder of how even established manufacturers can falter when they fail to innovate and respond to the market's demands for style and performance. The 1934 Chevrolet Standard Six stands as an example of a car that, despite its practicality and affordability, struggled to capture the imagination of consumers during a transformative era in automotive design. Its boxy styling, stagnant engineering, and limited appeal ultimately left it feeling like a relic of a bygone era, overshadowed by competitors that embraced the changing landscape of the industry. Number 7. The 1935 Hudson Terraplane utility coupe was a product of the Hudson Motor Car Company, known for its innovative engineering and unique designs. However, the Terraplane struggled to make a significant impact in the automotive market, primarily due to its awkward styling and unappealing proportions. The Terraplane's design featured a combination of disproportionate elements that created an awkward overall appearance. Its elongated hood paired with a truncated rear gave the car an unbalanced look that was not well received by consumers. This mismatch in proportions resulted in a vehicle that appeared to lack cohesion, making it difficult for potential buyers to see it as a desirable option. The styling of the Terraplane was characterized by heavy lines and an overly simplistic approach that failed to resonate with the evolving tastes of the mid-1930s. Unlike competitors that were embracing more streamlined designs and dynamic aesthetics, the Terraplane's clunky features felt outdated and unattractive. The front grille design lacked refinement, contributing to an overall sense of heaviness that detracted from the car's appeal. The Hudson Motor Car Company had a history of innovation, but the Terraplane Utility Coupe did not capitalize on this legacy. The car's design choices did not reflect the forward-thinking spirit that the brand was known for, leaving it feeling stagnant in a rapidly changing automotive landscape. The lack of unique features or standout elements meant that the Terraplane struggled to differentiate itself from competitors, making it easy to overlook. The Terraplane Utility Coupe was marketed as a practical vehicle for both personal use and light commercial applications, but its design did not align with the preferences of its target audience. Buyers seeking a functional vehicle were likely disappointed by the lack of aesthetic appeal, leading to reduced sales and a tarnished reputation. The mid-1930s were marked by the aftermath of the Great Depression, with consumers being more discerning about their purchases. Aesthetic appeal and perceived value were critical during this time, and the Terraplane's design shortcomings did not help it stand out in a competitive market. As consumers became more selective in their automotive choices, the clumsy styling of the Terraplane made it an easy target for criticism and disinterest. The Terraplane Utility Coupe was designed with practicality in mind, offering ample cargo space in a robust build that catered to buyers needing a reliable work vehicle. Its functional design allowed it to serve a dual purpose, making it a practical choice for individuals requiring a versatile vehicle for both work and personal use. Hudson was known for producing vehicles with solid engineering, and the Terraplane was no exception. The car featured a strong chassis and reliable performance, ensuring that it could handle various driving conditions. While it may have lacked aesthetic appeal, the Terraplane's engineering provided a dependable driving experience, contributing to its reputation for reliability among some buyers. Priced competitively, the Terraplane Utility Coupe appealed to budget-conscious consumers seeking a reliable vehicle without the luxury price tag. This affordability allowed it to capture a segment of the market that valued practicality over style, though it ultimately struggled to find a strong foothold. The 1935 Hudson Terraplane Utility Coupe serves as an example of how even well-regarded manufacturers can falter when their designs miss the mark. While it offered functionality and solid engineering, its odd proportions and clumsy styling overshadowed its strengths, preventing it from gaining traction in a competitive market. As automotive design evolved, the lessons learned from the Terraplane would influence future models, pushing manufacturers to prioritize both form and function. The Terraplane remains a reminder of the importance of aesthetics in attracting buyers, especially during a period when style was becoming increasingly vital in consumer decision-making. Ultimately, the 1935 Hudson Terraplane Utility Coupe highlights the challenges faced by manufacturers attempting to balance functionality with appealing design. Its odd proportions and clumsy styling made it one of the least attractive cars of the decade, serving as a cautionary tale for automotive companies navigating the rapidly changing landscape of consumer preferences. While it fulfilled its practical purpose, the Terraplane's design failures left a lasting impact on its legacy, overshadowing its potential as a competitive offering in the market. Number 6. The 1936 Cord 810 Beverly sedan, produced by the Auburn Automobile Company, was an ambitious attempt to innovate within the automotive industry. With its distinctive design and groundbreaking engineering, it aimed to capture the attention of consumers looking for something different. However, the Cord 810's mixed reception ultimately contributed to its decline, overshadowed by mechanical reliability issues and polarizing aesthetics. The Cord 810's most striking feature was its coffin nose front end, which was designed to be aerodynamic and visually unique. While some praised its bold look, many others found it unappealing and impractical. This divisive design detracted from the car's overall appeal as it polarized potential buyers. Consumers who favored traditional automotive aesthetics were often put off by its unconventional appearance, making it difficult for the Cord 810 to find a broad market. The design, while innovative, failed to resonate with a wider audience, leading to a diminished customer base. Despite its innovative features, the Cord 810 faced significant mechanical challenges. The complex engineering, including its front-wheel drive system and intricate transmission, led to frequent reliability problems. Owners reported issues such as transmission failures, overheating engines, and electrical system malfunctions. These problems tarnished the car's reputation and discouraged potential buyers who prioritize reliability. The reliability issues became particularly problematic in a market that was increasingly valuing dependability, especially during the Great Depression, when consumers were less willing to risk their investment on a car known for mechanical flaws. The Cord 810 was marketed as a luxury vehicle, which came with a hefty price tag. In a time when many consumers were still recovering from the economic impact of the Great Depression, the high cost made it a less attractive option for the average buyer. Competing models offered similar features and luxury at more accessible prices, making it difficult for the Cord 810 to justify its premium cost, especially when coupled with its reputation for reliability issues. The production numbers for the Cord 810 were relatively low, as Auburn faced financial difficulties during the late 1930s. This limited availability reduced the car's visibility in the market and contributed to its eventual decline. With fewer units on the road, the Cord 810 struggled to establish a strong brand identity, and its unique design quickly became overshadowed by more popular models. The automotive market was evolving rapidly during the 1930s, with increasing competition from both domestic and international manufacturers. As consumer preferences shifted toward more practical and reliable vehicles, the Cord 810's unique design and engineering became less appealing. While the car's front-wheel drive system was ahead of its time, it ultimately did not align with the preferences of buyers who valued simplicity and dependability over complexity and innovation. The Cord 810 was one of the first production cars to feature front-wheel drive, a revolutionary concept that allowed for better handling and traction. This engineering feat set it apart from many competitors at the time. The car's design also incorporated a fully enclosed body, which was considered a step forward in aerodynamics and efficiency, reflecting a forward-thinking approach to automotive engineering. The Cord 810 boasted a range of luxurious features, including leather upholstery, a stylish interior, and advanced amenities for its time. These offerings appealed to consumers looking for sophistication and comfort. The car was equipped with a unique dashboard design and a semi-automatic transmission, contributing to its luxurious image and enhancing the driving experience. Despite its divisive nature, the Cord 810's design was undeniably unique and memorable. The car's striking appearance set it apart from the more conventional vehicles on the market, giving it a certain allure among automotive enthusiasts and collectors. Its design has since been recognized as a classic example of Art Deco automotive styling, appreciated by collectors and vintage car enthusiasts today. The 1936 Cord 810 Beverly sedan is remembered as a bold yet flawed innovation in automotive design and engineering. While it featured groundbreaking technology and unique styling, the car's controversial design and mechanical issues hindered its success in the marketplace. Today, the Cord 810 is regarded as a significant piece of automotive history, showcasing the ambition of its creators to push the boundaries of design and engineering. Its legacy endures through classic car shows and vintage car collections, where it is appreciated for its distinctive character and innovative features. The 1936 Cord 810 Beverly sedan exemplifies the challenges faced by automotive manufacturers trying to innovate in a rapidly changing market. Number 5. The 1931 Plymouth PA Rumble Seat Coupe was introduced during a period of significant change in the automotive industry, where sleek, modern designs were becoming the norm. Despite being a part of Plymouth's growing lineup, the PA Rumble Seat Coupe struggled to find its place in an increasingly competitive market. Its design and features quickly became outdated, leading to a lack of consumer interest. The Plymouth PA featured a boxy design with clunky body lines that felt heavy and outdated. In an era when competitors were transitioning to more streamlined silhouettes, the PA's angular shapes failed to capture the attention of style-conscious consumers. The design lacked the finesse and elegance that defined the automotive trends of the early 1930s, making it less appealing to buyers looking for modernity in their vehicles. The overall appearance made the PA rumble seat coupe feel cumbersome, contributing to its negative perception in a market leaning toward more sophisticated designs. Many of the design elements found on the PA were reminiscent of late 1920s models, which felt stale by 1931. Features such as the pronounced fenders and squared-off rear were at odds with the curves and flowing lines favored by other manufacturers. The inclusion of a rumble seat, while nostalgic for some, was not in line with contemporary consumer preferences that favored fully enclosed cabins and more practical configurations. This outdated styling failed to resonate with younger buyers who were drawn to the more stylish and innovative designs offered by competitors. The Plymouth PA was equipped with a modest engine that did not offer standout performance compared to rival models. While reliable, its performance was not a selling point, especially as consumers began to demand more power and speed from their vehicles. The PA's mechanical components were functional, but did not incorporate the advanced technology that was emerging in other cars at the time, leaving it feeling basic and underwhelming. As the automotive market was beginning to see the introduction of more powerful engines and better handling characteristics, the PA fell short of these expectations, making it less desirable among performance-focused buyers. The automotive landscape in 1931 was rife with competition, as manufacturers like Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge were continuously innovating and improving their designs. The Plymouth PA was overshadowed by these competitors, who offered more attractive styling and advanced features. Rival models like the Ford Model A and Chevrolet Standard Series presented a more modern and appealing option for buyers, leading to a significant decline in interest in the PA rumble seat coupe. The lack of distinctive features that could set the PA apart made it harder for Plymouth to compete effectively, resulting in dwindling sales numbers. The Great Depression was beginning to impact the automotive industry, and consumers were becoming more cautious about their spending. In this climate, buyers gravitated toward vehicles that offered better value for money, which the Plymouth PA struggled to provide due to its outdated design and limited features. As economic conditions worsened, many potential buyers were looking for affordable and reliable options, rather than investing in cars that felt outdated or lacking in style and performance. Positioned as an entry-level model, the Plymouth PA was relatively affordable for the average consumer during a challenging economic time. This accessibility helped it attract budget-conscious buyers despite its shortcomings. The PA's price point allowed it to serve as a practical option for families and individuals who needed reliable transportation, even if it lacked the flair of higher-end models. The PA rumble seat coupe offered a spacious interior for its time, providing ample room for passengers. This feature appealed to families and individuals who valued comfort and space in their vehicles. The inclusion of a rumble seat provided additional seating, making it a functional choice for those needing extra capacity, even if it was not the most modern configuration. The Plymouth PA was known for its sturdy construction and reliable performance, which appealed to buyers looking for a durable vehicle. Its solid build offered peace of mind for those concerned about reliability in the face of economic uncertainty. The car's engineering was reliable, ensuring that owners could depend on it for daily use, even if it did not offer the performance or styling that was becoming more popular. Today, the 1931 Plymouth PA rumble seat coupe is often overlooked in discussions of classic cars. While it was a product of its time, its outdated design and features ultimately limited its appeal and sales potential. Despite its challenges, the PA rumble seat coupe serves as an important reminder of the rapid changes occurring in the automotive industry during the early 1930s. Number 4. The 1934 Dodge DR Coupe was launched during a time when the automotive industry was embracing innovation and modern design. Unfortunately, the DR Coupe struggled to keep pace with its competitors, leading to its perception as a vehicle that lacked contemporary appeal. The Dodge DR Coupe featured a bulky and boxy design that lacked the elegance and refinement that were becoming essential in automotive styling. Its proportions felt awkward, making it appear heavier than its contemporaries. The rounded fenders and squared-off rear made the coupe look more outdated, giving it a dated silhouette that failed to capture the eye of buyers who were looking for sleekness and modernity. While some buyers appreciated its solid build, the overall aesthetic left much to be desired, making it feel more like a relic from a bygone era rather than a forward-thinking automobile. In an era when many manufacturers were introducing innovative design elements and features, the Dodge DR Coupe fell short. Its design lacked the curves and flowing lines that define more modern cars of the time. Competing models were starting to incorporate elements such as streamlined bodies and more sophisticated interior layouts, while the DR Coupe retained a more traditional look and feel. The lack of bold design choices made it feel less attractive and failed to generate excitement among consumers, who were drawn to more dynamic and modern vehicles. While the Dodge DR Coupe was equipped with a reliable engine, its performance was average at best. The Coupe did not offer the power or handling that many buyers expected from new vehicles in the mid-1930s. The driving experience was hampered by the weight of the vehicle, which contributed to sluggish acceleration and less than ideal maneuverability. As consumers began to prioritize performance and driving enjoyment, the DR Coupe struggled to compete with rivals that offered more engaging and exciting driving experiences. The mid-1930s saw fierce competition among automobile manufacturers, with companies like Ford, Chevrolet, and Plymouth introducing models that boasted cutting-edge design and performance features. The Dodge DR Coupe struggled to differentiate itself from these competitors, who were able to capture the attention of the market with modern styling and innovative engineering. As a result, the DR Coupe was often overshadowed by these rival brands, leading to lower sales and a diminished presence in the automotive landscape. The Great Depression had a profound impact on the automotive industry, leading consumers to seek vehicles that offered greater value and practicality. The Dodge DR Coupe, with its heavy appearance and outdated design, failed to resonate with buyers who were becoming increasingly discerning. As economic conditions pressured manufacturers to adapt to changing consumer preferences, the DR Coupe's inability to keep up with trends further limited its appeal in a market that demanded innovation and modernity. Despite its clunky appearance, the Dodge DR Coupe was built with a solid frame and sturdy materials. This construction provided reliability and durability, which were important qualities for buyers during the economic hardships of the time. Owners appreciated the car's ability to withstand daily use and the reliability it offered, even if it lacked the style or performance that others sought. The Dodge DR Coupe was positioned as an affordable option for buyers looking for a reliable vehicle without breaking the bank. Its pricing was competitive in the market, attracting cost-conscious consumers during a time of economic uncertainty. This affordability made it accessible to a broader audience, allowing it to serve as a practical choice for families and individuals in need of transportation. The interior of the Dodge DR Coupe provided a decent amount of space for passengers, which was an appealing feature for families. It offered a comfortable cabin for its time, even if the design was not particularly modern. The coupe's seating capacity allowed for usability and practicality, making it a reasonable choice for those looking for everyday transportation. Today, the 1934 Dodge DR Coupe is often viewed as an example of a vehicle that struggled to find its identity in a rapidly evolving automotive landscape. While it had its strengths, such as solid construction and affordability, its heavy, clunky appearance and lack of modern design elements left it feeling outdated from the moment it hit the market. The 1934 Dodge DR Coupe serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by automakers during a time of significant design evolution. Its shortcomings in styling and performance highlight the importance of innovation and adaptability in the automotive industry. Although it may have been a reliable vehicle, its inability to align with contemporary trends ultimately hindered its success and legacy in the world of classic cars. Number 3, the 1936 Studebaker Dictator sedan aimed to capture the attention of the mid-1930s automobile market. However, despite its ambitious branding and solid engineering, the model ultimately failed to impress consumers due to its uninspired design and mediocre performance. The name Dictator proved to be a significant liability for the sedan, especially as global political tensions rose in the late 1930s. The term evoked negative connotations, making it difficult for the vehicle to be taken seriously by the public. The backlash from the name overshadowed the car's features and capabilities, leading to a perception of the model that was less about automotive excellence and more about its controversial branding. The Dictator sedan's styling was rather conventional and did not stand out in a competitive market that was beginning to embrace more innovative designs. Its boxy silhouette lacked the character and flair that many consumers sought in their vehicles during this era, making it feel less appealing compared to the more stylish offerings from other manufacturers. The overall aesthetic was uninspiring, with few distinctive features that could capture the interest of potential buyers, contributing to a perception of dullness and mediocrity. The engine options for the 1936 Dictator were not particularly powerful or exciting, which hampered the driving experience. While it was adequate for everyday use, the performance did not inspire enthusiasm among drivers who were looking for more engaging and spirited motoring. The sedan's mechanical specifications felt outdated, especially as competitors introduced more powerful and efficient engines that appealed to consumers seeking a blend of performance and reliability. This lack of engine excitement limited the Dictator's appeal, particularly among younger buyers drawn to sportier models with more dynamic driving capabilities. The mid-1930s was a time of rapid change in the automotive industry, with numerous brands introducing innovative models that captured consumer interest. The Dictator faced stiff competition from manufacturers like Ford, Chevrolet, and Plymouth, who were successfully producing cars that combined style, performance, and value. As a result, the Dictator struggled to carve out a niche in a crowded marketplace, as it lacked the unique selling points that could entice buyers to choose it over more popular alternatives. The model's inability to keep pace with evolving consumer preferences and design trends left it overshadowed by more attractive and dynamic competitors. In a time when consumers were becoming increasingly discerning, the perceived value of the Dictator was hindered by its unremarkable design and performance. Buyers were often willing to invest in vehicles that offered more style and excitement, leading to a diminished interest in the Dictator as a viable option. The car's inability to convey a sense of prestige or innovation meant it was often overlooked in favor of models that provided a more compelling overall package. The Studebaker Dictator was well built, featuring a robust chassis and solid materials. This reliability made it a practical choice for consumers seeking dependable transportation. Owners appreciated the car's durability, which provided assurance that the vehicle could withstand the rigors of daily use. The interior of the Dictator sedan was designed with comfort in mind, offering spacious seating and a functional layout that catered to families and passengers. While the design may have been bland, the cabin provided a decent level of comfort, making it suitable for long drives and everyday commuting. The Dictator sedan was positioned as an affordable option, making it accessible to a broader audience. Its competitive pricing appealed to budget-conscious consumers during the economic challenges of the 1930s. This affordability helped the Dictator find a place in the market, despite its shortcomings in design and performance. Today, the 1936 Studebaker Dictator sedan is often remembered as a vehicle that faced numerous challenges in an evolving automotive landscape. While it had strengths in reliability and comfort, its unfortunate name, bland design, and lackluster performance hindered its success and left it overshadowed by more exciting competitors. The 1936 Studebaker Dictator sedan serves as a case study of how critical naming, design, and performance are in the automotive market. Its shortcomings illustrate the importance of appealing to consumer desires for innovation and style. Number 2. The 1930 Whippet Six sedan was introduced by the Willys Overland Company as a bid to attract buyers in the competitive mid-size sedan market. However, despite its good intentions, the Whippet Six ultimately fell short due to a combination of outdated design and underwhelming performance. By the time the Whippet Six reached the market, its design was already considered outdated. The car featured clunky, boxy styling, reminiscent of earlier vehicles rather than the sleeker forms that were beginning to dominate the automotive landscape. The aesthetic failed to capture the modern sensibilities of consumers who were increasingly drawn to more streamlined, elegant designs that conveyed a sense of progress and innovation. This lack of visual appeal made it challenging for the Whippet Six to compete with newer, more stylish offerings from other manufacturers. The engine in the Whippet Six was not only underwhelming, but also struggled to provide adequate power for a car of its size. This underpowered engine negatively impacted the car's overall performance, leading to sluggish acceleration and less than ideal handling. As consumers began to favor cars with better performance and responsiveness, the Whippet's engine shortcomings became more pronounced, making it less desirable in the eyes of potential buyers. Compounding the issue, the car's engine was not particularly efficient either, contributing to a lackluster driving experience that could not compete with more dynamic competitors. The Whippet Six was equipped with minimal modern features, failing to meet the growing consumer demand for convenience and technology in automobiles. Many of its contemporaries offered advancements such as better suspension systems, improved steering, and enhanced comfort features that the Whippet lacked, further diminishing its appeal. This absence of modern conveniences made it feel like a relic from an earlier automotive era, alienating potential buyers who were seeking vehicles that reflected the latest innovations. The 1920s and early 1930s were characterized by intense competition among automobile manufacturers, with companies vying for market share through innovations in design and performance. The Whippet Six struggled to carve out a niche amidst this rapidly changing landscape. Competitors were quick to adapt to consumer trends, producing vehicles that not only looked good, but also performed well. In contrast, the Whippet's failure to evolve left it overshadowed by more exciting offerings from brands like Ford, Chevrolet, and Chrysler. As a result, the Whippet Six's sales suffered as buyers flocked to models that better matched their desires for style and performance. The Willys Overland brand struggled with marketing the Whippet Six effectively, particularly as consumer preferences shifted away from more traditional cars. The brand's positioning did not resonate with potential buyers, who were increasingly looking for cars that embodied modernity and innovation. Additionally, the company faced financial difficulties during this period, limiting its ability to invest in marketing campaigns that could have boosted awareness and interest in the Whippet Six. One of the Whippet Six's selling points was its affordability, positioning it as a budget-friendly option for families and cost-conscious consumers. Despite its shortcomings, the car's price made it accessible to a broader audience during the economic struggles of the early 1930s. The interior of the Whippet Six was relatively spacious, providing ample room for passengers and luggage. This aspect appealed to families who valued comfort and practicality in their vehicles. The roomy cabin offered a decent level of comfort for daily commuting and long-distance travel, making it a practical choice for some buyers. The Whippet Six was built with solid construction, which contributed to its overall durability. Owners appreciated the car's reliability for everyday use, even if its performance was not particularly exciting. This sturdy build helped the Whippet Six endure the wear and tear of regular use, ensuring that it could serve as a dependable mode of transportation. Today, the 1930 Whippet Six sedan is often viewed as a cautionary tale in automotive history, a model that arrived too late with too little to offer. While it had its strengths in affordability and interior space, its outdated design, underpowered engine, and lack of modern features ultimately hindered its success and led to its decline in the market. The 1930 Whippet Six sedan serves as a reminder of the importance of innovation and responsiveness to consumer desires in the automotive industry. Its failures highlight the necessity of keeping pace with design trends and performance expectations in a rapidly evolving marketplace. Number 1. The 1932 Essex Terraplane Coupe aimed to provide an affordable alternative to luxury automobiles during the Great Depression, targeting budget-conscious consumers who desired a stylish yet economical vehicle. However, despite its intentions, the Terraplane Coupe struggled to make a lasting impression due to its awkward design and execution. One of the most striking issues with the Terraplane Coupe was its odd proportions. The body design lacked the elegance and harmony found in competing models, making it visually unappealing. The car's stance, combined with a seemingly disproportionate roofline, created an unbalanced appearance that detracted from its overall aesthetic. This awkwardness made it challenging for the Terraplane to compete with more stylish offerings from brands that were better able to capture the era's design trends. The clunky roofline of the Terraplane Coupe further contributed to its less than appealing look. Instead of the sleek profiles that were becoming popular, the roof appeared heavy and out of place, making the coupe feel less sporty and more cumbersome. This design choice not only impacted the car's visual appeal, but also compromised its aerodynamics, affecting performance and fuel efficiency. As the automotive market leaned toward more streamlined and sporty designs, the Terraplane's clunky roofline felt outdated and unattractive. Marketed as an affordable alternative to luxury brands, the Terraplane Coupe struggled to deliver on the promise of a sophisticated driving experience. Despite its lower price point, the vehicle's lack of refined features and materials made it feel like a budget option, rather than a true contender in the luxury space. Consumers looking for a stylish coupe often turned to competitors that offered a more premium feel and better craftsmanship, further distancing the Terraplane from its intended market. While the Essex Terraplane featured a decent engine for its time, it did not offer any standout performance advantages over its competitors. The mechanical aspects of the car felt dated compared to newer models, which included more advanced engineering and performance capabilities. This lack of innovation in engineering contributed to a perception of mediocrity that undermined the car's appeal and hindered its ability to capture the attention of prospective buyers. Launched during the Great Depression, the Terraplane Coupe faced the challenge of a struggling economy that limited consumer spending on automobiles. The difficult economic environment meant that potential buyers were often more focused on practicality and reliability than luxury, further complicating the Terraplane's positioning. As a result, even though the car was priced affordably, it struggled to attract buyers who were wary of spending on what they perceived as an inferior option. One of the key selling points of the Essex Terraplane Coupe was its affordability, appealing to consumers looking for a stylish vehicle at a reasonable price. In a time of economic hardship, the Terraplane's pricing positioned it as an accessible option for families and individuals who wanted a new car without breaking the bank. This affordability helped to build a customer base that appreciated value, even if they were ultimately dissatisfied with the design. The interior of the Terraplane Coupe was relatively spacious for a coupe, providing enough room for passengers to feel comfortable during drives. This practical aspect appealed to buyers who wanted a functional vehicle that could serve as a family car or for longer trips. While the overall design may have lacked flair, the ample cabin space was a redeeming quality for some customers. The Essex brand was known for its solid build quality, and the Terraplane Coupe was no exception. Many owners appreciated the car's durability, which translated to a reliable driving experience. The robust construction helped the Terraplane withstand the wear and tear of everyday use, earning it a reputation for longevity among some owners. This reliability, even amidst its design flaws, allowed the Terraplane to maintain a modest following among those who prioritize functionality over aesthetics. The 1932 Essex Terraplane Coupe serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by automakers during a tumultuous economic period. While the car had its strengths in affordability and construction, its odd proportions and clunky design ultimately overshadowed these qualities. The Terraplane Coupe is often remembered as a missed opportunity for Essex, a vehicle that failed to capture the spirit of innovation and elegance that consumers desired in the early 1930s. The Essex Terraplane Coupe illustrates the importance of striking a balance between affordability and style in automotive design. Its shortcomings in proportions, roofline, and luxury aspirations contributed to its inability to make a significant impact in the market.